Hi guys, I'm going to do a quick demo of, this is what we did in class, of how to build your billboard and then put it on the photo and then use a magic trick to get that skew so that it looks like it's actually in the photo, which is our goal. So this is just the one that I did in class. In the module folder for this week, there are a bunch of billboard photos, and I tried to pick photos that were in different locations, like in the city, in the country, in the burbs, downtown, you know, whatever. So goal one is to find a photo that looks like where your billboard would be. Billboards for restaurants tend to be local, right? So they're not going to be 200 miles away from where your restaurant is. Excuse me. They're going to be very close to it. So try to find one that is in a place that would be close by to where your restaurant is. So we talked about how billboards, and there's an article in the folder, in the module folder. Billboards, not a lot of information, right? They should have something visual that really grabs people's attention. Obviously, we need to have your logo, the name of the restaurant, some text. It could be your tagline. It could be something funny. It could be, you know, feeling hungry, or, you know, something like that. And then an action statement. So on mine, here is my very cheesy name for a Korean restaurant, my tagline, and then this would be my action statement. So all design pieces, right, have an intended action. There's something that we want people to do or think after they see this design piece. For a billboard, it's to get them to the place. So because we're local, it's probably going to be kind of a direction statement. Probably not a street address, because that's too much information for me to absorb and remember as I'm speeding by in my car. More likely that it would be kind of either like a location, like now open in the MGM Hotel, or now open at the Laguna Hills Mall, or, you know, 25 years at South Coast Plaza. Could be something like that. Or it might be take the next exit, you know, exit on Harbor Boulevard, exit number 12, any sort of thing like that. You might have a phone number if your phone number was super, you know, 1-800-HOT-DOG or something, that I'm going to remember it. 1-800-EAT-FRESH, whatever, you know, something like that. More likely it's going to be directional, but you need to have some sort of actionable statement on there. So how do we do this? So this is the one that I put together in class. And just for no particular reason, I decided I was going to do a Korean restaurant. So I went on Foodie's Feed and I got some Korean food photos, pretty Korean food photos, and made up this terrible name and just a few pieces of text. So I'm going to take this one off and then show you how we do it. My computer will slowly think about moving that. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to choose your photo, and then you're going to take the rectangle tool and kind of we're just trying to sort of approximate the general size and shape of the billboard in your particular photo. Like if it was flat, what kind of dimensions might it have? So this is a long and skinny, right, billboard. So I just made a long and skinny shape. I'm going to move that over here. And I'm going to give it, for this one, I'm going to give it a white background. I'm going to take this stroke off of it because, and I'm going to take the stroke off because if I see how this is all white, if I left the stroke on, then I'd have to be pretty exact up there, and I don't really need to, so I'm not going to do that. So here I have the general shape, and then I'm just going to put my pieces together. So I've got a photo. Here is my very cheesy name. The way it kind of cuddles up to those chopsticks, though. Here is my tagline, and there is my direction statement. Right? Zoom in and get that to line up. Okay. So there we go. So I'm going to do a marquee. So I'm going to group it just because if I move it around, I don't want stuff flying around. So I'm just doing a marquee select, right? I take the black arrow, I just click and drag, scoop up everything, and I'm going to group it. Either Command G for group is the keyboard shortcut, or Object Group. Either way works. And then I'm going to make a copy of it just because, make a copy of everything in case something goes wrong. So here, zoom back out. Okay, so here is my little billboard that I put together, and here is the funny shape. So we are going to make an object that is this particular funny shape and use it, ask Illustrator to use it to skew this billboard that we just made that is flat. To do that, we're going to use the pen tool, and we haven't used the pen tool at all in this class. You may have used it in other classes or in another software. Photoshop has a pen tool, InDesign has a pen tool. We use it a lot in the illustration class. We don't really use it in this class. It's kind of a cranky tool. In the illustration class, we spend 5 weeks just on that tool. But we're going to use it in the simplest way possible, and it's absolutely the best tool for what we make. So what the pen tool makes are anchor points and paths, and that's all we need to draw this shape. We're going to put an anchor point in each corner, and Illustrator is going to draw the beautiful straight path in between those anchor points for us. Could not be simpler. To make an anchor point, you're just going to click with the pen tool. If you click and drag, it makes a different kind of anchor point that is not going to be helpful to us. So if that happens, just Command Z and undo it, and you'll be fine. So I'm just going to click in each corner. Looks like mine is a little bit off up there. Oh, it's quite a bit off. Okay, so I'm just going to click with the white arrow on the anchor point and correct my little mistake there. There we go. Okay. So, and I'm going to make it a color just so you can see it. So here's my funny shape, right? So I have my funny shape, and then I have my billboard down here. So here's 100% of the process. So I'm going to take this funny shape, and I'm going to put it over my billboard, right? Like, and they don't match up at all, which is fine. Doesn't matter. These two things down here. Move this one. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I have my funny shape over my billboard. I'm just going to do a marquee select again with the black arrow. So I'm going to select both things, right? So I've selected all of my billboard pieces below and the funny shape on top. And then we're going to go up here to Object, Envelope Distort, Make with Top Object. So we have not used Envelope Distort before, and we have not used the pen tool before. So two new things. Object, Envelope Distort, Make with Top Object. And my machine will slowly consider this request. And there it is. Look at that. I love that. So when I move it up over the photo, look at that. And it could be that for your final portfolio, you want to have both. So you might want to have the flat one and the one in the photo. It's another good reason to save a copy. Also, remember to do this on a tabloid-sized artboard because that's the size that your portfolio is going to be. So then you're already good to go and the page is ready to go. So that's it. Thanks, guys.